Alafia, welcome to The Power of You. This is Yeyefini Efunbolade. The Power of You is a place where I get to share with you some of the things that I'm involved with, some of the things I create, some of the things that I didn't know I was creating. Today, the Power of You is I am in a celebratory mood. For those of you who have missed me for the couple of weeks, it's because I have been in my SEI, my Self Empowerment Intensive Program, as well as my Children's Rites of Passage. Whoa! Today was the last day of the Children's Rites of Passage program. Amazing, wonderful. I feel safe in these streets with these children. We had, at the end of, we started out with 10, and Spirit had it where those who went through it and completed was 8. Amazing, amazing young people. I must give credit today for the young people who are going to take over my legacy, your legacy. They're going to be the ones that's moving us from feeling that politics and politricks is the only thing that's going to guide us. These children, they came here as babies, frightened. Their parents put them on airplanes and sent them to me, to my staff, to my compound. This is the first one that we have had as large as we did. It was amazing. The children came here with the things that are affecting all of us, feeling afraid, feeling that this may be the end of the world, feeling that living with their parents is an experience that they didn't know that they signed up for. They didn't know all of this, that you signed up to be with your parents and that, because when you're a child, and our rites of passage program is between the ages from, from 12 to 17. So in that age group, this is in the second cycle of your 12-year. And for those of you who have followed me know that there are 12 years every time that we change. And so they're in the second stage where peering is everything for them. So their friends, their community, their parent, everything that they learn is by looking for support outside of themselves, because they don't know themselves. They're still babies. They don't know themselves. So they're looking for something that reminds them of what they want to be, what they don't want to be, and in creating a world that sometimes they don't feel safe. And in that safety, you're just trying to maneuver what life is. You can go into some dark places, or sometimes you can get into some vulnerable places, and sometimes you're going to be hurt. So we had children who are coming here just opening up, not even knowing to open up. Many of them were like, I don't want to go. I don't want to spend any time with you. I don't know you. I don't like you. I ain't for this religion. My parents are in this thing. Or some of them are not even in the faith. Their parents just know that whatever's going on in their lives, they need a program that is world known and renowned, that we have helped so many children to become leaders in their communities, fathers, mothers, entrepreneurs, everything that creates a place where when they are passed on, they have left something to the world. So this program, this Rites of Passage group was just, I learned so much from them. They taught me and they showed me. They didn't know they were showing me while we were doing the things and the practices that we've done over the years. I've been doing Rites of Passage processes for over 35 years. And each group brings us an opportunity for us to shape them and move them in a different way. This year we had children who are on the spectrum. This time we had included some other things to equip them with moving forward. This is the first time that we had financial literacy as one of the required classes that they had to take. We also had Yoruba cosmology. We had the class also on the tree of life. We had children on knowing numerology. This also was another way of giving them. There was a class given especially for trauma and building and recognizing and acknowledging. So there are a number of classes this year that we included in the curricula. And in doing so, we realize that we are expanding as well as how the world is expanding. Today, these children, their innocence has been robbed in the fact that you can press a button and know more than your parents. You get online and you says, okay, this means alive. And their parents are saying, no, you can't say that. You can't ask that. And they press a button and it says, you have the right to speak it. You have the right to say you're alive and bump what your parents say. So these children are not the ones that raised me. I mean, that I was raised, and you, for most of you as adults. These children come equipped to ask your parents, what you tell them you think I don't know? I know more than you. And so the parents have to acknowledge that these children are coming to help us to move to the next level. They're helping us to move to the next level in that what you see is what you get. I'm going to tell you what it is that I know, and you're going to tell me that what you think I should know. No, and I know more than you. By just pressing a button, it dispels any of the myths that you thought that being a parent is supposed to be in terms of facts, not experience, just facts. And so these children were presented with the staff, the support that were able to let them feel comfortable to speak to adults, to bring their issues to adults that will meet them in the same playing field, not to correct them, not to guide them, not to show them, but to give them tools that when they feel that they are not in a place where adults are meeting them as who they know themselves to be it by pressing on a button and finding out more than the parents, or being able to be safe enough to say something to their parents without the parent says, I'm a child, you're a child, and I'm an adult, and you have to listen to what I say. We gave them tools to know how to move through the world, how to divine. Divination is one of the things that they learn, how to ask their own or read their own head. When I get ready to speak to my parents about a certain issue, is this the day? Will they have the response that is required for me to be able to be safe and to speak my truth? Yes, these children went home full of not only tools, but experiences. The experiences of the Children's Rites of Passage, if you're interested in seeing what it is we're talking about, we're going to put up some of the testimonials soon. But just go on Yeyefini.com and look at Children's Rites of Passage. Powerful, powerful, powerful. We make it difficult for them physically, psychologically, mentally, in that the foods that they eat is different, the activities, the way that they're sleeping is different. All of that is to wake them up, shake them up, the way that the world shake up your parents and shake me up to decide what you're going to do, what you're going to do, what you're going to do when you're in trauma, what you're going to do when somebody triggers you, what you're going to do, are you going to react, are you going to cuss them out, are you going to quit your job? No, you're going to know how to go within and figure it out. Figure it out. And so these children were living together. The situation was not comfortable. It's made to be uncomfortable so that they can understand that it's not like when I was a child, I walked 5 miles to school. No, it's when you are living in an understanding that God is within you, you can live anywhere. You can live outdoors with rain, mosquitoes. Yes. And know that you are in control of what outcome of it, because what the choices are the things that you see. These children know that everything is a lesson and a blessing. And those were the things that we were teaching them, not knowing it would happen so quick for them to experience it. So fast forward, the children graduated yesterday. They had a beautiful presentation, made us laugh, made us think twice that we were having that much effect on these children. And then they left and they went off back home. Some went by car, some went by air. All of the children except one travel with a parent. These are children between the age of 14 to 17. They traveled in an airplane by themselves yesterday. Y'all know that everything that happened yesterday, if you didn't know, put on your communications and know that yesterday was a massive blackout in the airspace for flights. Didn't the reading of the year done by my temple and myself, go on Yeyefini.com and you'll see it. The reading of the year says, this is an Odu that says, be careful, be mindful of traveling by air. Yes, when you know Odu, we don't invent. The Odu speaks. That this is an Odu, Jonedi is an Odu that says the planes fall out of the sky. So it's saying that this is a time for you to be very mindful when you're traveling by air. So we gave the rituals what to do, how to protect yourself when you're flying by air. All of the children were protected. I was doing rituals here for the safety of them. Yesterday, the airlines shut down. Some of the children had to sleep in the airport because the flights were down. We went in, one airline was just shut completely down. There was no way to give them, even those that had carry-on luggage, there was no way for them to have the tags to go with them. Everything was shut down. You have children, teenagers, that 7 of them have never traveled by themselves. One traveled as an unaccompanied minor where I had to sign them in. That was the one that could not get the bag checked. But all of them travel alone. Can you imagine that? The boldness, the courage that it took for their parents to send them, and then for them to go home with what was going on. We didn't know. We got to the airport, everything shut down. The children are like, okay, we waited. Everything, the lights came back on. We put them on the flights. I'm going back home from taking 7 children to the airport, 6 children. And then we find out that it's something globally that everything is shut down by AI or some company that is, we think that is in control. It was in control. My point is, if you are living in a world like today where you think that you're in control of the material things, check yourself spiritually. We did the Odu, and it came Osameji that says, friend kill friend, there is no pardon. Be very mindful of fights, wars, fires. Is it not what's happening? The Odu also said, be mindful when traveling by air. Get yourself a little airplane and put it on one of your altars. And when you're traveling, clean yourself off with it. That is science. That is recalibrating the energy of you, that you just happen to catch the right flight, that you just happen to be there at the right time. Yes. And so the children, 2 of them slept in the airplane, in the airport, because they couldn't meet their second flight. I am so feeling safe in these streets. During the night, we were talking to them, and I'm speaking to the children, and they're saying things like, didn't you say that everything is a lesson and a blessing? What? Somebody was paying attention. Yes. One of them asked, didn't we say that? Didn't y'all teach us that everything is a lesson and a blessing? I know I'm panicking. I don't feel good. I miss my mama and my daddy. And we're in the airport. Mosquitoes bit us up. We're uncomfortable. But we know that there is a lesson in this. The blessing is that these children know that something is with them. They went into a deep dive in calling on their ancestors. We go every day. They were throwing the obi to the shrines to find out, are they safe? What is the day going to be like during the whole 6 days that they were here? These children were telling me what the day was going to look like because they have the tools. So when they go back to school, they know, what type of day am I going to have today? Is this a day that I should be prepared because there may be a pop quiz? Is this a day that I may have to make sure that I did study for the test? Baby, these children are equipped. They were reading me, reading all of us. We had a staff of 5 and the students were 8. They were telling us what the day was going to look like, and it did. And when it came out, they were like, didn't we say that it was going to be a lafia? These are children that I feel safe, baby, that wherever I am. And these little children are going to have other children that they learn and teach. I'm okay. I'm okay because with this, calling them in the middle of the night and I'm feeling, oh, are you okay? They're like, yeah, we're good. We're good. And they're not sitting together. These are 2 different airlines that they're on. They're all calm. They said the only thing I want to do is get in my bed. If that was grown-ups, I've been in the airport where one thing went wrong and people lost their minds. They jumped on the flight and were going crazy. These are children that they went through the steps of being from being a baby and reacting to every emotion, then being an adult and putting yourself in a place where, what's another choice that I could do as a king, as a queen, as someone that owns their truth? And they were sitting and chilling. My point is, I feel safe, and you should feel safe with the young people today. They know more than we do because of the technology, of the computer and the internet. And it's because they are going to help us and guide us into the next millennium. They are going to guide us and help us to understand that our role as elders and older people and adults and their teachers and their parents is to see them where they are. See them where they are and welcome their contributions without feeling that threatened. They are here to open us up when we feel insecure as adults, that a child knows more than me. Yes, when you recognize that we are all divine, we are all an expression of the divine. And every day we are developing our divinity. Every day we get to be better. Every day we get to be wiser. Every day we get to understand things from a different perspective. So we are all growing. And as adults, it is our responsibility, if you want to have a relationship with your family and your children and the world, is to know that this change is part of our evolution, is part of our growth, is out of us expanding to being better, more understanding and accepting that we don't have anything in control. The universe controls everything until we are able to tap into that divine source. Then we know, yeah, we know everything. We are the source. We are the light that someone else in front of you need. Someone needs your kindness. Someone needs your love. Someone needs your understanding. But more than that, someone needs your acceptance of the fact that they have something to contribute, no matter how young they are. So my children, my staff, kudos to the Rites of Passage program of the Yeyefini.com, of the International Institute of African Studies and Knowledge. Kudos to the class of 2026 that are called those that are wise. Ototo, Enya Ototo. They are brilliant, inspiring. I learned so much on another level of accepting things as they are and knowing that shifting is not weakness. Changing is not sadness. It is an opportunity for you to grow, to be a better expression of the divine. So today I want y'all to know that we are safe. Don't get it twisted. If they're sagging their pants and if they're doing things that remind you that they are children, there are ways that you can meet them. There are ways that you can greet them. There are ways that you can put yourself in their place whenever they're showing up and acting out, to remind you that you used to do the same thing with less knowledge, and these children have more knowledge. Grab onto some of their wisdom. Grab onto some of their techniques. Grab onto some of the ways that they come at you. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day, and know that you have the power to be great. The power is in you. My babies came home. There's one still on the way home. And the children told me, they said, didn't you tell us that everything is a lesson and a blessing? They knew that the blessing was they're still alive. And they knew that the reading of the year said we will have problems with the airplanes. Yes, look at my cutlet. And the challenge, the lesson is how you going to go through it. What tool are you going to use to recognize the blessing that you are? So y'all have a wonderful day, and know that everything that you want and is designed to you is in with peace and with love. May Obatala, the Orisha that knows everything, the Orisha that knows that everything is interconnected and everything is interdirected. So I want you to go out here and have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm going to put on my Obatala meditation, and I invite you to close your eyes. Make this. And just breathe and clear your mind of anything, any obstruction. And just visualize yourself on the mountain. Make this with Obatala. As a way of sharing the power and the knowledge of Obatala, the father of all the Orisha. Breathing in and breathing out. Obatala lives inside of each and every one of us. And so Obatala is the owner of all heads. Obatala is our ability to intuit, to download, and to connect to just peace. Breathe that and everyone that you is seeking. Obatala is peace. Struggle and then peace, obstruction and clarity. The children of Obatala will face many adversities because only through adversity you can appreciate peace and calm and love. No matter what Obatala goes through as an entity, as an energy, as a force, it always realizes its power by remaining peaceful, by remaining clear, optimistic, and having hope. So Obatala is the energy that when you feel like you've hit rock bottom, Obatala got your back. When everything else seems dark or distant or disorganized, Obatala comes in and gives you clarity. It makes you say yes, yes, yes to life. So this music is an opportunity for you to look at the challenges that you may be going through or the things that you've gone through and recognize that it's all going to be fine. When you change your perception from being lost or victimized or being traumatized, when you change that to knowing that I am bigger than this, I am better than that because I am not alone, then you know Obatala. Obatala is an energy that makes you know that your father is protecting you. Your mother is protecting you. And that's Obatala. The male energy, the female energy of peace, tranquility, and knowing that you have the power to be great. The energy of peace and the triumph over adversity. That's Obatala. When we get bombarded with the little trivial things, Obatala says, all of that you see down there is irrelevant. What you are seeing is what I see. So whenever you want to connect to Obatala, sit on a mountain, sit on a hill, sit somewhere that can give you perspective that at the end of the day, it's only peace and there's only love. Ashe. Y'all have a blessed day. Go out there and know you are Obatala. You are created by the energy of peace and by the energy of love. And peace is the only reality that we always seek. Be blessed. Be blessed. Go to Yeyefini.com to sign up your children. We start again in October. Thank you. Olavo.